Hey guys, it's Jay Allen from Mornings with Rebecca and Burns on 90.9 KCBI. I think this might be my favorite devotional because it revolves around the gospel. And what I really love about this came to my mind recently, the saying WWJD. Now, you probably have heard of it. It means, what would Jesus do? You might have worn it on a wrist bracelet or get it as a bumper sticker on your car. And I love this saying. I think we should reflect on the life that Jesus lived. But more importantly, I don't know if that's the best mindset that we have as believers. I get the idea, and I think it's an innocent way to look at it. But I think we need to rest in the fact of, what did Jesus do? You know, Dr. Michael Horton, who is a theology professor in California at Westminster Seminary, he brought this to my attention through a documentary I watched recently. And it just talks about the fact that for so many of us, we look at the Bible and we think, do. But the true gospel means done. You know, if you actually look at the Greek word of the gospel, it's euangelion. And I apologize if you're somebody who works in theology or works at a seminary and I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry, but it's euangelion. And it's actually a word that would be said by a messenger to a town when they were proclaiming good news about victory on the battlefield. They'd go back to the town and they'd say, euangelion. And that would be proclaiming victory. Now, the thing is that he was proclaiming victory to the town. They were not in the battle. And the thing is that we often mistake ourselves for being in the battle, when in reality, Christ won that war all by himself. We didn't do anything to help. We didn't do anything. We were completely out of the loop. We could not save ourselves. You know, Romans 5:8 is a passage that I really love. It says, "But God demonstrated his love for us this way, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." You know, for so many of us, when we look at the gospel, we try to be a better version of ourselves. But Bob Goff says an amazing thing. Instead, we need to be a more accurate version of who Christ was. And a friend of mine, Dave Willis, said, for so many of us, we try so hard, but the only way that we get closer to God and closer to who he wants us to be is by surrendering more. And I like to think of it as a tug of war. You know, we're pulling and pulling and pulling. I want more, God, I want more. And the only way that we truly get deeper and more intimate with who God is by surrendering more. So letting God pull that rope while we hold on to it. Pull. Eventually, we are right there. And so I just want to encourage you today, as we look at the gospel, to not look at it in the film of, in the mindset of, what would Jesus do? Look at it in the framework of, what has Jesus done? And rest, knowing that Christ died for you and that his righteousness has caused your judgment day to be moved to the past. It was done on Calvary Hill on that cross. You can rest and be encouraged today knowing that truth.